back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Hermanson Endodontics. As always, our big play of the game presented by Hermanson Endodontics, I should say. Today's big play of the game came off the foot of Lexi Hilmer to Gracelyn Taylor for the game's first goal, as Lexi Hilmer delivered a beautiful pass to Gracelyn Taylor, and Gracelyn was able to slip through a couple defenders and find the first goal of the game, which brings us to our Cowboy Country Store's player of the game, which rightfully goes to Lexi Hilmer. It was tough making this decision, but with her assist and her goal in the second half, she is our Cowboy Country Store's player of the game. And now a word from our friends from Cowboy Country Stores. And so congratulations to Lexi Hilmer, our Cowboy Country Store's player of the game. Our sports scoreboard is brought to you by Gale's Gas Service, showing us the 2-1 victory for the Cubs in Game 1. Well, folks, we hope you're not leaving us already, but remember, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds you on your way home from the game, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds you buckling up is the best way to save your life in a crash. You've got someplace to be. We'll be right back after this quick 2-short-minute break, and we'll be back with starting lineups. You're listening to Pierre Governors Soccer on River 92.7. And we welcome you back to the BILC Soccer Complex as we are just moments away from kicking off Game 2 of our doubleheader here on River 92.7 and streaming on Live Ticket TV. As always, our starting lineups are brought to you by our friends at Envirotech. Then we'll start with our visiting Sioux Falls Roosevelt Rough Riders. And, of course, as always, we'll be starting in the field with Joseph Castillo Enriquez, Jensen Tesh, Ian Glover, Ethan Fajernes, Burke Yemen, Edwin Pacheco Landaverde, Jonathan Girock, and Henry Sua. And in between the pipes for the Rough Riders, Justice Anderson. Now switching over to the starting lineups for the Govs. Jacoby LaRoche, Alex Odakoven, Javier Pertel Alegre, Caleb Morris, Lucas Heights, Caden Aharts, Caden Morris, Weston Northrup, Carter Norton, Stephen Blanchette, and between the pipes for the Govs, Jacob Leiferman. Govs will start with the ball. We're all set at midfield. We've got a whistle, and we are underway. So thrilled to have you folks. Carter Norton going to bring it across midfield, makes a man miss. Sends it towards the middle of the box. Called for nicely there by Justice Anderson. He'll pick it up. He'll look downfield and look for an outlet. So Carter Norton putting some pressure on early. And likewise, Justice Anderson getting loose. And now a quick steal coming back the other way for the Govs. And a shot on goal and a beautiful save. And now cleared out. An unbelievable push there by Caden Morris early. And now back coming the other way are the Rough Riders. Working hard for it, Henry Sua. Now gets it back upfield. Lucas Height takes it away. Crosses it to the middle. For Jacoby LaRoche now pushes it forward, trying to find his man Lucas Height. Lucas Height now down near side corner, shot deflected away and cleared out by the Rough Riders, but still kept in the zone by the Govs. Now cross to the middle, looking for an outlet pass, was a pass from Jacoby LaRoche, but it went too far. Some quick action here early in game 2. Justice Anderson with it. Now going to place the ball down. There's a little bit of discussion on who that was going to belong to, but it's cleared up. Rough Riders taking their time clearing it out, rightfully so. Wanting to slow things down and trying to get a little bit more of a look here now. Henry Sua now trying to clear it over to Ian Glover. Field Lucas Height trying to come back to it. And out of bounds. It'll stay with the Rough Riders, and to throw it in, Jensen Tesh. Thrown in over the head of Sua, now going to roll out the back line. Corralled, and now Leiferman going to get his hands on the ball for the first time. Leiferman clears it out quickly, goes to the far side, trying to find Patrell Alegre. Patrell Alegre forces it nice. High kick over the head of the defender's butt, bounces out of bounds. Wind must have had a little bit of a play on that. If you're just joining us, folks, it is quite windy here. We talked about this in game 1, but you know what they said when I was moving up here to South Dakota, there's an abundance of wind, and they were not lying. Ball fought for here at midfield. Same team between Sua. Now Jensen Tesh clears it out. It was Glover and Sua. Both same team. Fighting for it, now coming back the other way for the Govs. Lucas Height now trying to get to the outside with some good speed. Now brings it into the box, crosses it, shot. Oh, what a save by Justice Anderson. A great scoring opportunity for the Govs. Early there was 2 Govs players there. Looks like Caden Morris was there for the cross, almost put it in the back of the net. Also there for the Govs was Alex Odakoven. Nearly a goal. Beautiful save from Justice Anderson. Able to stick his right hand out there and deflect that one ball. No Chris Derry for the first half. He's off taking care of some of his own, so he's up back for the second half. Put it up into the air off the head. Puts it around now, pushing it forward strongly is Odakoven. Odakoven now crossing, looking dangerous play, and it's a goal off the deflection. A beautiful pass from Alex Odakoven, and Caden Aharts is there on the receiving end to head it in. 1-0 Cubs early here. goal. What a pass to set up the goal and give the Govs the early lead. A lot of pressure from the Govs, and they were able to pay off that pressure as they now lead 1-0. Caden Ahart's getting the goal, but beautiful setup from the outside by the Govs. Now taking it away, pushing it back across midfield. Lucas Height waiting on it. Crosses it. Gets it to Jacoby LaRoche, who feeds it to the outside for Caleb Morris. Now Javier Petrello Legre steps in front, tries to save this one, almost running into the bleachers. Going to be controlled here by the Rough Riders. Thrown in on the far side. And now this one going far side out of bounds. Going to stay with the Rough Riders though. Brooke Yamam going to throw this one in for Sioux Falls. Gets it by a couple of defenders, and now an opportunity here coming the other way. Crossed in front, and Leiferman just going to dive on this one. Picks it up cleanly. Carter Norton tried to clear it, but whiffed on it. Leiferman was right there to clean it up and save it. Lucas Height now in a fight with Ian Glover now, trying to clear it across in front of the net. And a nice play to deflect that one wide by the Govs defender Weston Northrup. That one goes out of play. Height kicks this one out of bounds towards the Rough Rider bench. That was all about. A little bit of conversation. Lucas Height not hearing any of it. Continuing to play on. Ball in front now, fighting for it. Some contact taken away by Jacoby LaRoche, but a whistle. So they wanted to make sure no advantage before the play went on. Foul, I believe, going to be called against LaRoche. Set up a set piece. Early substitution here coming for the Rough Riders. We'll see who Martin Benecha will check in for. But first, the business at hand, the set piece for the Rough Riders. Setting up to take the kick in, booting it near, far side, great shot by Ethan Fajernis. And I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Couldn't get the head coach in time for pronunciations for his roster. He said we already had it. I told him, I said, Coach, we don't have it. So if I mispronounce any players' names, I truly apologize. Windy here. Morris going to take it, feed it across to Jacoby LaRoche, feeds it in front. Anxious to get his foot on the ball, plays it up the far sideline, looking for his counterpart. He's got the game's only goal here early. Fighting for it at midfield, ping pong around. Now pushes it up far side. That one's going to roll out of bounds. Some contact. Control Allegri with a show of sportsmanship here. Going to pick up fellow player and opposing teammate. Tough to get a look all the way across the field at who that was that went down for the Rough Riders. I believe it was Aaron Schroeder. Double check on that. Got a number that's not on the starting roster here for the Rough Riders. So they're just throwing it all at us. Cleared out of bounds far side, and now going to go with the Rough Riders. Rough Riders now with a little bit of push, playing with a little bit of fire here, trying to regain the momentum that was taken away by the Govs with that goal. Crossed here now, Lucas Height plays it back. Morris with a lot of contact. There's Alex Odakoven who went down. Contact early here. This guy's playing hard. Rough Riders head coach wants to know the setup that some of his players have here. This is going to be kicked in by LaRoche. A little popper right in front of the net and bouncing safely into the hands of Justice Anderson. So a nice floater, good opportunity. Got the ball in front of the net. To no avail, no score. 1-0 Govs lead early. Played midfield, played forward, now chasing after it. Ian Glover. Cleared out by Morris. Coming down the other way, racing to it with intent and getting after it is Alex Odukoven. No, not Alex. It is Alex Odukoven over across the middle of the field. Taking it the full length of the end line there. Brings it back out to the middle of the field. Reset. Northrop plays it across. Finds Carter Norton. Norton now coming back towards the middle of the field. Gives it off to Stephen Blanchett now, who finds it across to Lucas Height. Lucas Height puts one on the goal, but just high as it crests the crossbar and floats out of play. Good thought there by Lucas Height. Height getting a lot of opportunity down there in the offensive zone in front of the net. Anderson gonna boot this one. Clear off the ground, headed back to Ian Glover. Fighting for it, Ian Glover and Castillo Enriquez. Enriquez wanted it, played it forward though. Martin Manecha, who just checked into the game, wants a call. Not going to get it. Jacoby LaRoche controls here at midfield. Plays forward to Lucas Height. He plays back to LaRoche. He plays back to Height. Height now going to try to find the edge. Cut off nicely by Jensen Tesh. Tesh will slow this down. Give his defense the opportunity to set up. Height throws it in. Straight up into the air by Caleb Morris. Caleb Morris right in there. Tries to play back to the middle, but cut off by the Rough Riders. And played over the head of Carter Norton here at midfield. Morris now going to play it, try to clean this up. Manecha with some aggressive play there on Morris. Really nice job by Manecha since he's checked in, getting himself involved in this game. Caleb Morris now feeds it ahead, trying to find Lucas Height. Edwin Jacob. Verde cutting that one off, ball back in play. Jacoby LaRoche gets it off to Height. Cut off nicely there by Castillo Enriquez, but taken away back by LaRoche. LaRoche trying to clear it to the middle. Cut off by the Rough Riders. Still unable to clear it, ball staying in the Pierre Gov zone. Kick over LaRoche now at the top of the box, puts a fire one on just over the crossbar. As he fired one high. Great attempt there from Jacoby LaRoche. Got a great look just outside the arch. And now another substitution. Joseph Castillo Enriquez coming out of the game, checking in. Carson Daniels for the Rough Riders. I tell you, Castillo Enriquez is the unit. Not incredibly tall, probably about 5'11", but he's got a thick build. Very tough to get around. Off far side, now Gov's pushing it up. Trying to find who I believe to be A-Arts there far side. It is crossing over towards the middle, trying to find his man, but Justice Anderson comes up and plays it cleanly before Alex Odukoven could get himself in position. Odukoven doing a nice job getting himself involved here early as well, putting himself in good opportunities. Loose ball, flag up. And the Govs will be able to take this one freely. They're on the defensive side of midfield. Kicking this one away, Weston Northrop for the Govs. Getting it down, gets by a couple Rough Riders defenders, going to roll out of bounds. Caden Ahart gives chase and throw this one in. Wanted to do with some urgency here. Controlled by Caleb Morris, far side now, giving away to the Rough Riders. Fighting for the ball. No real opportunities here for Sioux Roosevelt just yet. The Govs have had plenty. They lead 1-0 here. And as they get comfortable in this match, Petrella Legre clears it across to Lucas Height, trying to get there, but a nice play by Manecha. Take that one away now. Carter Norton picks it up for the Govs, bringing it into the zone. Brought around by Caleb Morris, and now out of bounds. It will stay with the Govs. Caleb Morris to throw this one in. Tries to find Odukoven. Odukoven back to Jacoby LaRoche, trying to cross it to the center. Oh, and Caden Ahart came sliding Beautiful cross there from Jacoby LaRoche, and Caden Aharts almost delivered again for the Govs. Justice Anderson again clearing it out. Usually kicks from the same spot, right side of the box. Tee it up, survey, and then let it loose. Govs now with possession again. Get up, Carter Norton now with some speed, brings it in. He's got Lucas Hyde, but he puts a shot on goal. Justice Anderson having to deal with the floating ball. This one gets by him, and it's put in on the backhand by the Govs. It's Alex Odakovic, and just like that, the Govs lead 2-0 here early in the first half. Beautiful job by Carter Norton taking that pass out of midair and putting the pressure on the Rough Riders defensively. Got the opportunity in front of the net, put a shot on Justice Anderson. He made the save but was unable to corral the loose ball, and Alex Odakovic came in and put it in the back of the net. And now the Rough Riders in a bit of a hole here early as they trail by 2. Great start here for the Govs, exactly what head coach Sean Blanchett ordered up. A little bit of English on that shot from Carter Norton that had Justice Anderson a little bit off his balance. The wind moving that ball around like an R.A. Dickey knuckleball. Had to go way down in the well to get a knuckleballer reference in there. But that's how these shots are coming off. They wobble through the air, little movement. So much of how the striker caresses the face of the soccer ball and what that has to do with it. Rough Riders now pushing it. Fagerness going to throw this one in for the Rough Riders. Far side down near the corner. Fagerness throws it in over the top of the head. Headed away out of danger by the Govs. Controlled, and now a shot from way out wide and going to sail wide. As the Rough Riders, they wanted to put some pressure on there. Lifermen watch that one sail peacefully by him. And he'll look what he has before him. Going to roll this one out. He's got Caden Morris taking that one from the box, and now Jacoby LaRoche in a bit of a mix-up and taken away by Carson Daniels. Daniels trying to keep this one alive, boots it out of bounds. We'll see who it was deflected off of. The referees are going to say this one belongs to the Govs. Thrown in by Petrella Legre. Some good footwork by the Rough Riders. Loosens this ball up a little bit. Here's attacking from our left to our right. Right to left. The Govs in their all green jerseys. The white lettering and white numbers. The white stripes down the side. Sioux Falls Roosevelt Rough Riders in their road lights. Good numbering. And the White Sox. With us for game 1, an interesting development early on in that game. The Sioux Falls Roosevelt Rough Riders girls team showed up in their blue jerseys, and we're told they had to change. We'll get back to that more in a moment, as the Rough Riders now may have an opportunity on here. It's Martin Manecha bringing it across, trying to find his man Carson Balster, but to no avail. That one's taken away. Played up nicely by Javier Petrella Legre, played across Caden Aharts. Now a little bit of confusion now, going to be crossed all the way over, looking for Carter Norton, who set up the previous Govs goal. He drops a nice pass off to Lucas Hyde. Lucas Hyde, a nice cross move, trying to keep this one alive in the zone. Still loose now, and a nice slide tackle there by Jonathan Girock for the Rough Riders to loosen that ball up. But Petrella Legre puts some speed on one from way outside and finds through all the way to Justice Anderson. He goes down to one knee and fields it cleanly. So Coach Blanchett wanted to win 57% of possession time. That was the number he had in mind for his team this year. They are pulling that percentage out of the water here early. They've controlled nearly 80% of the possessions here early on in this one. Creeping up on our first scheduled timeout of this first half. Taken far side by Carson Ballster. That one's going to be run out of bounds and be played over towards Leiferman, as this will set up a goalie kick for the Govs. Lucas Height coming near side here at midfield. We'll see if Leiferman can get it all the way. He's actually going to go the other direction with it. Gets it out to Caleb Morris, who now plays it up to Javier Portrell-Alegre. Portrell-Alegre now trying to work that sideline. A nice little touch and go from Caden Aharts. Sees Caleb Morris pick it up now. Oh, nice pick off inside by Carson Daniels, who tried to play it forward a little bit too excited on that one and got it rolling all the way back to Leiferman, who picks it up. Looked like he was trying to find Ethan Fagerness. Fagerness, a big body with some great speed for the Rough Riders. Keep an eye on him to make a big play in this game at some point. Lucas Height now, kind of a zone he's not real familiar with, playing deep defensively here. But now turning it around and kicking it up to him nicely is Stephen Blanchette. Lucas Height trying to play that one, but out of bounds. This one will go to the Rough Riders, throwing it in. Jensen Tesh plays it into Manecha. Nice move on Carter Norton. Manecha trying to push this one forward. Taken away, I should say, by the Govs. Now trying to find a beautiful pass up ahead by Stephen Blanchette, trying to find Lucas Height, who pushes his pace up the field. He goes down in a heap. No call on the play. Coming back the other way, Edwin Pacheco Monteverde. Now the ball taken away again by the Govs. Loose in front of the net, picked up by Jensen Tesh. Tesh trying to get it ahead, now picked off beautifully, but a whistle. And they're going to get... That was Cook and Roche on the ball. Bit too ambitious on that one. Took the ball away, turned around, had his eyes set on the goal, and heard the whistle in the background. So Coach Blanchette working on a substitution here, talking to his players. Bounced a couple times off a couple Governor heads. Time to check in. That's now before the Govs. Here's the opportunity. Carter Norton is going to try to look back and find somebody in the middle of the field. Oh my goodness, what an opportunity that was for Alex Otokoven to knock the second goal in of the game. It was a beautiful feed from Carter Norris, this time intended for Alex Otokoven, but just a deflection off his right foot, couldn't get it to go. And we were just inches away from a 3-0 lead for the Govs. It's 2-0. Ball played out middle of the field. Taken away again and being pushed up. Lucas Height wanted to go after that one, but risked being offsides. Now falling down, Lucas Height, but regains his balance and rolls a soft roller. I think Justice Anderson didn't get all of that he wanted to on it, but still getting opportunities in front of the net. The Govs, they just keep hammering them. Much like game one of this doubleheader, the Rough Riders just trying to find some offensive chemistry here. As Ghaznavi will check into the game, Lucas Height will check out, laboring a little bit. He'll go down to the ground and maybe seek some medical attention. Nothing too serious, just maybe exhausted, we hope. Govs control the ball deep in their own zone. It's Caden Morris with it. Ooh, nice pass up, but whiffed by Stephen Blanchette. Now going back the other way. Header down, trying to get some sort of offense created by the Rough Riders. Unable to do so thus far. Leiferman with the ball. Quick word with Weston Northrup about what he wants to do with this one. Going to go the other way to Caden Morris. Morris with a nice touch pass, trying to find Ghaznavi, but cut in front did Jensen Tesh and just rolled it out of bounds. A beautiful play, unable to complete the possession though. Norton throws it in, finds LaRoche, gives it back to Norton. A feed up to Ghaznavi, who's got a little bit. Oh, what a beautiful slide tackle made by Edwin Pacheco Landaverde. Landaverde playing hard. For such a big guy, such elusive speed he has. Thrown in, away from their own goal by Tesh. Picked off by Blanchette. Blanchette working on two defenders, now trying to get around Tesh, but good defense forced him out of bounds. And the Rough Riders regain possession. And so now we've got a substitution. Aaron Schroeder checking into this game. the Rough Riders. Jensen Tesh still waiting to throw this one in right in front of the Govs bench. Over the head, up in the air, booted away by Stephen Blanchett. That one will go out of bounds. We'll redo the whole thing about 10 yards further down the field. Jensen Tesh looking to throw this one right from midfield. Throws it over the head of Carson Daniels. And now chasing it down to the corner, Ethan Fagerness. Fagerness now trying to get around the corner of Caden Morris. Unable to do so. Good defense so far here from the Govs. Sometimes the best defense is offense as they lead early 2-0. Jacoby LaRoche, far side. That was actually Weston Northup getting it up to Javier Portela Alegre. Portela Alegre now trying to get it to LaRoche, but it's picked up by Caden Ahart. Hit by Pacheco Landaverde. Giving Caden Ahart on the far side. Nice line tackle there from Jacoby LaRoche to free that one up. Gets it up to Alex Otakoven, who now comes far side for Ghaznavi. Ghaznavi fighting for the shot on goal. Justice Anderson steps in and brick wall box it down. Tough angle to shoot for Hekmat Ghaznavi, but you gotta love the aggressiveness from the Govs here in this first half. Beautiful day, about 72 degrees here in Pierre, but that breeze makes it feel even cooler. I could have pulled off a pullover today. We were talking in between games. It's actually gotten a little bit of chill in the air. Joseph Castillo Enriquez waiting to check in for the Rough Riders. Another substitution coming up. It's Max Schaefer. We'll see who those guys check in for. Side judge asking they step back a little bit as this one bounces harmlessly to Leiferman. Leiferman runs it up, trying to feed an outlet pass to Ghaznavi. Just out of his reach, fighting for the ball, going to keep it alive on the near sideline, and now a foot race between Tesh and Ghaznavi. Ghaznavi loses that battle to Tesh. There is a whistle. Coach Sean Blanchett loving what he's seen out of this team, barking out some orders to his guys. Girak gonna kick this one away, headed up in the air by Ethan Fagerness, and now a loose ball fight with Martin Cheka, and he is down. Ghaznavi gonna corral this one. Mancheka still down, pounding the turf with his right hand. He is in some serious pain, grasping at that left knee. His head coach wants to know what's going on, and now a whistle. They're going to stop the time and take a look at Martin Mancheka. Head coach now running out to check on his player. A couple concerned teammates, and now a cart going to come out to join him. Well, folks, we're going to step away while they attend to this injury. It's 2-0 the Govs lead here halfway through the first half. This timeout is brought to you by Coca-Cola.
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Pites Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
Give it off to Cisse, gliding to the basket. Out to 3, Jay Hayes. Good. And Eric Glenn wants to stop the music.
Allied Plumbing and Heating is your contact for business, farm, commercial, and residential plumbing needs located in Pierre. No job is too big or small for Allied. Put our over 50 years of experience to work for you. At Allied Plumbing and Heating, the only surprise we want for our customers is how fast they get the job done. That's why we offer free estimates on every single service, no hidden charges. Give them a call today at Allied Plumbing and Heating. Remember, you can rely on your allies.
Dano's Marine in Fort Pierre is your one-stop shop for all things boats and watercraft. They are your local Vexus and Alumacraft boat dealer, some of the best boats on the water. Dano's also offers a full line of services to maintain your boat out of the water so you can enjoy more time on the water. Their certified technicians proudly service Yamaha, Mercury, and Evergreen motors. Stop in today to visit about your next watercraft. Dano's Marine, proud sponsor of Pierre and Fort Pierre athletics and events. Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Much larger deficit for the Rough Riders, but they're staying in this thing, playing hard. As now that the injury has seemingly been taken care of and handled off the field, we are back in action, and Gov's going to throw this one in. Caden Moore's going to throw this one in for Pierre. Gets it up towards midfield, cutting in front of it, Jonathan Gierark. Played near side, Hekmat Ghaznavi getting in on the action, played back to Carter Norton. Ibrahim Solo now in the game for the Rough Riders. Some fresh legs for them. Ball still being fought for at midfield, being bounced around and now played forward by Caleb Morris. Hekmat Ghaznavi was going to be offside if he ran after that one, also a little bit outside of his reach. Played into the chest of Stephen Blanchette, turned around now, played nicely by Blanchette, playing it forward. Now he's going to turn around, slow things down a little bit, trying to feed it to the middle of the field. Finds Alex Odakoven, who gets it back to Blanchette, playing it, keeping it inbounds near sideline, playing across to the middle of the box, bouncing across. Oh, a nice header from Caden Aharts, and that one is steered away by Justice Anderson. Caden Aharts has got his eyes set on the back of that goal. Substitutions coming in here finally for the Rough Riders and the Govs. Joseph Castillo Enriquez and Max Schaefer checking in for Sioux Falls, checking in for the Govs. 17, Lucas Height. Caden Ahart's going to drop off, get a breather. Looks like he can re-energized after that break on the bench. Ball rolls out of bounds. Javier Pertel Alegre going to play this one in. Caleb Morris now trying to play that one in the right foot a little, but just loses control, rolls out of bounds. As I told you, the Govs are attacking from our left to right. A lot of action in the right side of this field. Not a whole lot going on to the left. Sioux Falls trying to figure out this Governor defense and trying to put a cap on this offense that has been deadly here early. Being played forward. Now back towards the middle of the field. Solo trying to play it nicely done, and now a whistle as Solo went down. Little contact there between he and Weston Northrup. Going to set up a free kick from just inside the circle for the Rough Riders. Now the referee making even further back towards midfield. Going to take this one. It's even Vigorness. Get set up. Trying to boot it away with the strong left foot. Thank you to this kind gentleman for saving my pen. And this one goes out of bounds. Oh, nope. Leiferman actually played that one cleanly. Almost went out of bounds, but Leiferman was able to save it. And we'll roll it over to Morris. Caden Morris now trying to clear it out. Got Carter Norton up the near side. Norton sporting his usual white headband today. This one played back by Max Schaefer towards Justice Anderson, coming way out of the box. A little timid now. He makes his decision, plays it forward, looking for Aaron Schroeder. Schroeder now playing it across the far sideline, chasing it down. Carson Balster. Balster trying to play it, plays it way too far ahead. That'll roll out and be a throw-in for the Govs. A little bit of confusion on where this one should be thrown in. Coach Sean Blanchett so frequent with his substitutions and such a mind for getting the right guys in at the right time. He's got Caden Aharts ready to check back in, who's got one goal today, has had a look at a couple. This one thrown in far side, down near the corner, headed a couple times and played out of bounds. Going to stay with the Rough Riders here, inching their way into the Governor's defensive zone. Steady wind here. Thrown in by the Rough Riders, headed solo, trying to get after it, but played out nicely. That was Morris, who's also sporting a white headband. That must be something between these two guys back deep for the Govs. Keaton Morris and Carter Norton both with the white headbands. They stick out well with those. Ball now far corner, played off the shin of a Rough Rider. Going to stay with the Govs now. Way down deep in their own zone. Be interesting to see how they get themselves out of this one. Instructions being shouted from both sidelines, both benches getting involved in this one. Trying to get it out of harm's way and bring it to where there's more space here near side. Carter Norton pushing it across midfield, now trying to find out where he wants to go with this outlet. Finds Hekmat Ghaznavi trying to bring it back towards the middle of the field. A whiffed defender play. Now gets it, and a slide tackle on Caleb Morris. He goes down in a heap. We'll see if this warrants a card. That was against Joseph Castillo Enriquez. And now the official going to have a word with him. Let him know he's got his eye on him. That'll set up a free kick for Stephen Blanchett. Looking at the also in the area where this free kick went in. Govs like to relay a couple players over the ball. Rush going to take this one, pops it in towards the box, headed out by Enriquez, but corralled nicely by Coven, and now brought across the top of the box, and Ghaznavi going to try to get a shot on goal, but deflected away nicely there by Max Schaefer. Max Schaefer corrals it in the near side corner, trying to get it upfield. Ghaznavi steps in with a beautiful slide tackle. The last deflection coming off of Max Schaefer, going to be a throw-in for the Govs. Thrown in, put it way up into the air. Ibrahim's still going to try to chase this one down, working on him. Carter Norton wins the ball away, keeps it in play. Ghaznavi now with it into a sea of white jerseys, but somehow comes away with it. Does Carter Norton. Rough Riders now take this one away and pushing it across. Carson Balster trying to force the issue now, dropping it back, wants to just get set up here, but taken away nicely by Jacoby LaRoche, trying to feed it forward to Caleb Morris. Lucas Height now far side corner with it, tries to cross it into the middle. It's blocked away, but it'll lead to a corner. Edwin Pacheco Landaverde deflects that one wide for the Rough Riders. Couple substitutions coming. Isaac Lindbergh checking in for the Rough Riders, checking out Aaron Schroeder. Hekmat Ghaznavi will take a seat, checking back into the game for the Govs. Caden Aharts. Corner kick coming. Javier Pertella Alegre delivers a low bullet. This one just going to roll harmlessly out of bounds. Kicks up against the side of the net. Justice Anderson puts his hands up, said, I'm not touching it. Let's roll out.
Take it if you want, take it.
Anderson surveying. And now what was in our face for game one, now completely at our back. Ball kicked in, taken away now by the Govs. Alex Odekoven trying to get free with it. Some nice footwork here. Gets it across to Caden Aharts, who feeds it back over across the middle. He was trying to find Stephen Blanchett. He was there, but it was deflected out of play. That'll lead to another Govs corner. Another opportunity, this time from the near side. Jacoby LaRoche going to be the one to take this one. front, headed away by a defender. Petrella Legre corrals it, shot on goal. Justice Anderson with the save. Not a ton of juice as that one kind of snuck up on Javier Petrella Legre. Justice Anderson stayed cool, calm, and collected. That one, he puts it straight up into the staunch breeze. Right over the head of Petrella Legre. He's going to let that one go out of bounds. The ball from the other side of midfield. Chairs blowing everywhere. Computers want to fly off into the clear sky. It's mayhem over here at the PILC Soccer Complex. That one booted out of bounds. To check in. Henry Sioux for the Rough Riders. Ball continuing to just kind of ping back and forth between the two zones. The Govs have controlled this one, and now here comes Lucas Height, far side, trying to get inside the box, and a shot on goal goes wide. Great speed from Lucas Height. He's putting the pressure on. Looks like he might have been able to find Caden Aharts on the backside. Would have been a tough pass. Sports Center top 10 goal. Instead, it will lead to a goalie kick or someone to make way for the Rough Riders. Nice boot ahead towards midfield, headed down by the Govs. Play on now, coming back the other way. The Rough Riders cleared up by Carson Daniels, trying to find Ibrahim Solo. And wow, Leiferman coming way out of the goal to deflect that one wide. That was going right for Ibrahim Solo. And Leiferman shut that down instantly. And now a whistle on the throw-in, and they're going to say it's an illegal throw. We've seen a couple of those called here. Not only today, but on Friday we had a couple of illegal throws called by our referees, so something they're going to be keeping an eye on this season. Ball controlled now by the Rough Riders, but down in the far corner. Out of jail is Javier Petrella Legre, and he does. Beautiful play. Now bringing it up the near side, Caleb Morris. And a beautiful feed. He's now got the near side and some leverage. Trying to get it back towards the middle of the field is Aharts. He's got him into his left. A beautiful feed, and it's a score for the Govs. Alex Odakoven off a gorgeous feed from Caden Aharts, and they extend their lead to 3. Wonderful feed coming from the far end of the field, and it was Caden Aharts who took it the distance and gave Alex Odakoven a beautiful tap-in goal. Nothing Justice Anderson could do about that 2-on-1. They extend the lead 3-0. That is Alex Odakoven's second goal of this match. Now here they go again. Alex Odakoven tries to get it on the far side. Lucas Height. Lucas Height now trying to center it. Gets it into the middle, but it's deflected away. Petrella Legre trying to keep it this side of midfield. Ibrahim Solo goes right through his legs, trying to fight for it, keep it alive. He does. Solo going after every loose ball. This one cleared up by Leiferman. Corralled, though, by Rough Riders. Ethan Fagerman now. Soft shot on goal. That one goes to the left side, our left side of the net. Leiferman will contain it. And he'll get set up. Going to boot this one near side, but going to be picked off. Carson Daniels. Ibrahim Solo now. Trying to work on Caden Morris. Caden Morris wins that battle. Ball still loose. Carter Norton feeds it up. Nice little give and go here between the Govs. Trying to feed it to Caden Aharts, and now screaming up the backside was Alex Odakoven. Justice Anderson came all the way out of his goal to knock that one free, kicked it back across midfield. The Rough Riders will have the possession here. It's going to be Max Schaefer on the throw-in for for Sioux Falls. Looking left, looking right, looking left. Finally gets it in. Carson Daniels. Ibrahim Solo with it now. A little bit of fancy footwork, but turned it right over. And now Lucas Height in a foot race, trying to get to it far side. Justice Anderson out of the goal. Height gets to it. He's got Caden Ahart's crossing in the middle. He tried to cross it to him, but it was deflected wide. Went off the side of his foot and out of bounds. Just a miss hit there. Rare miss hit from Lucas Height. Ahart just coming scot-free at the backside. They can continue to get leverage on the outside. They'll continue to score goals that way. Big contact between teammates of the Rough Riders. They were both going for a header, and it was Max Schaefer and I believe Edwin Pacheco Landaverde, and Landaverde is down in a heap. It was hard contact between the two, right up around the head and neck area. Pacheco Landaverde is up. He wants no medical attention. He says, "I'm tough. I can continue playing." Max Schaefer and Landaverde just playing hard, haven't run into each other, going for the same ball. Landaverde is up and jogging off the field. He's going to head to the sidelines. He'll get checked in for it. In the scuffle, however, it will lead to a corner kick for the Govs. Jacoby LaRoche to feed this one in. They lead 3-0, looking to extend that here. For his team to get their setup correct. There's the whistle. Here's the feed from LaRoche right in front of the net. Justice Anderson bats it out of the air and then picks it up. Dangerous ball. Nice play by Anderson between the pipes as Caleb Morris was lurking. Booted away by Anderson. Header to head. Alex Odakoven waiting patiently there. Didn't want to be offside, so it went back to the Rough Riders. Oh, and here's a tackle that would have been whistled if it had not served an advantage. Oh, nice header back the other way, though, by Weston Northrup to stop and advance. Rough Riders still playing hard, and now the whistle comes in. Rough Riders will have a free kick here, sensing a little bit of urgency from this team trailing by 3 here early. Long kick in, right to Leiferman, one bounce. That was Ethan Fagerness on the kick, and that will bring us to our first scheduled timeout. The Govs lead 3-0 here halfway through the first half. We've got more soccer action coming your way after this short 2-minute break. You're listening to Pierre Governors Soccer on River 92.7.
For 70 years, Pitt's Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitt's Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
Scott Darnell with Lee Real Estate in Pierre is ready to help you find your dream home. There are 10 things you need to do to buy or sell your home. Number 1, call him at 605-220-2676, and he'll handle the other 9. As your resident realtor on a bike, he will make buying or selling your home feel like a walk in the park, not an Ironman triathlon. Find him on Facebook or email scott@LeeRealEstatePierre.com. Lee Real Estate and Scott are proud sponsors of Central South Dakota Youth Sports and Events broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Olson Plumbing in Pierre provides complete plumbing and drain cleaning services to commercial and residential customers. Olson Plumbing understands how the simple things in life are often the things we can't live without, and running water is the top of the list. Olson Plumbing offers 24/7 emergency services, and they can be at your location in under an hour in most cases. If you need help with your plumbing system, call Olson Plumbing 605-224-6436.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
At Jan Bussey Ford in Highmore, they've been building partnerships for life by treating customers right, offering a low-pressure sales process, no haggling over price, passing low overhead savings on, and providing a Ford-certified service department fixing it right the very first time. If you're looking for a new Ford, a quality pre-owned vehicle, a new or used ATV, or a trailer, stop by Jan Bussey Ford in Highmore and experience the difference.
Jan Bussey Ford, building partnerships for life.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Bank West is rooted in South Dakota. Committed to local success. Just like you. We're all connected. In South Dakota. For South Dakota. Convenient, connected, committed. Bank West.
Stay in a beautiful Black Hills vacation home, the Summit on Dancing Sky near Leeds, South Dakota, in the popular Powder House Pass development. It's a modern rustic design with over 5,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms, and 5 baths for you to enjoy. You'll get gorgeous views of the Terry Peak Mountain Range. There's a community pool to enjoy, and you're close to all the attractions like Deadwood, Sturgis, Spearfish, and a whole lot more. The Summit on Dancing Sky. Visit them at DancingSky.com.
Refined design, remarkable capabilities. Ford Edge at Capital City Ford delivers everyone and everything in style and comfort. Bold and aggressive on the outside, lavish with lots of tech on the inside. This SUV does a whole lot more than haul groceries. Travel with confidence when purchasing your all-new Ford Edge from Capital City Ford. And for a limited time, qualified buyers can purchase at 1.9 APR for 72 months. Check out the full vehicle lineup at CapitalCityFord.com. Capital City Ford in Pierce, South Dakota.
At Ringneck Energy, their mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of their investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida, South Dakota. Call 605-945-6900 or check ringneckenergy.com. A proud supporter of local schools and wishes all students the best of luck in all their activities during the school year, creating economic opportunities in our community.
The word cooperative means working together for a common purpose. At Actegra Cooperative, we are dedicated to supporting the success of our farmers and the health of our communities for generations to come. Rooted in our communities, Actegra strives to instill dedication, determination, and integrity in everything we do. And that includes inspiring the next generation of agricultural leaders.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Live from the BRILLIANCE soccer complex between the Pierre Governors and the Sioux Riders. Govs lead 3-0 here early. I've got my partner in crime, Chris Derry, back by my side. We've got William Wilson back in the booth, and we are just about set to get our second half underway. Some second half adjustments coming for this Rough Riders team. Coach is still talking to us.
Yep, he's just giving us lots of instructions. It's good to see the interaction there. The players asking questions, coach is giving them some feedback. And now we'll see what kind of adjustments the second half brings for both teams. Do the Pierre Governors keep their foot on the throttle and keep pushing, or do they drop back into a defensive shell? That'll be a telltale sign of what the second half is going to look like.
You went in the mind of Coach Blanchett. You think they're going to press the issue a little bit more, try to increase this lead, right?
I think so. That's what I would do if I was him, and I don't see why he wouldn't.
Second half is underway. The Rough Riders going to start with possession here. Couple new faces out on the field for fresh legs. A lot of the same faces for the Govs now. Quick turnover here. Alex Odakoven trying to turn around, give himself a look, and now a whistle. They're going to get, let's see who that was, Jonathan Lerock. Arguing. Stop play, and we're going to have a quick discussion. Quickly running over to the head coach and bringing it back to his benches. Our head referee here, I think he's had enough of the screaming and shouting from that side. Now he's also signaling for Coach Sean Blanchett to creep back into the sidelines. What we would call maybe a sideline warning.
Yeah, he's just telling them they got to stay. For anyone who's been around Pierre soccer for a while, they'll remember the name Mark Marino. Mark Marino had something that he said to Coach Mike Grossman from O'Gorman many moons ago. Your job as a coach is to give tactical advice from your technical area. That's exactly what the referee just told him right there. Your job is to stay in your technical area and say anything you want, but step outside of it. You and I are going to have issues, and that's what the referee just told him. So now we'll see how the coaches do with the guys.
Set piece coming for the Govs. Jacoby LaRoche and Javier Patel Alegre both around this ball as we know they like to swap. It's going to swap from Patel Alegre to Jacoby LaRoche, who puts a dart right on goal, but Justice Anderson sticks his paws up there, knocks it down. Great attempt there.
Yeah, nice shot by Jacoby. Going near post on him. Trying to sneak it in that upper 90.
Flipping fields here now. The Roosevelt Rough Riders going from our left to our right now. A possible opportunity here coming. Shot on goal. Carson Wester and a beautiful save from Leiferman. Knocks that one out of bounds. Going to set up a corner kick here for the Rough Riders. Their first real good look here, not only in the second half, but really of this game.
Well, that's not a telltale sign for the Governors. It is going to have to make some adjustments here. Last thing you want to do is give up a goal early on in the second half.
Great look from Balster. Ethan Fagerness going to boot this one in from the near side corner. Darted across. Headed away harmlessly. Passed by a couple of bodies.
Talk about a dart. That ball was a dart coming from the corner.
That sure was. That thing only got about 6 feet off the ground. Going about 50 miles an hour. Headed out of harm's way over there, far side by Caleb Morris. Going to reset, do it all over again. Surprised you didn't come back with a pullover with as chilly as it's gotten here under this canopy.
Oh, nice thing about this weather, it's always short weather in my world.
I'm still getting used. Played in front, cleared out nicely by the Govs. Corralled and staying in the zone for the Rough Riders. Feeding it inside here, possible look, but cleared out nicely by Javier Patel Alegre.
Yeah, right now, Sioux Falls Roosevelt's pouring numbers forward, so they're obviously saying, hey, we're down 3-0. Let's push it forward and see if we can get a goal early, and they're putting the Governors under pressure right now.
Clear what the adjustments were at half for this Rough Riders team. Now coming back the other way, trying to stay on sides, pushing it nicely are the Govs offensively. It's going to be Caleb Morris now crossing, trying to find Caden Ahart. It's just out of reach, but he'll keep it in play. Now working it back towards the middle of the field. Feeds it across, looking for Javier Patel Alegre, but played beautifully ahead by Ethan Fagerness. That one going to be cleared out by Weston Northrup.
And as I was just over coaching my U12 boys during that first half there, I tell them numbers up, it's an advantage, numbers down, slow down, and right there, the Governors have a little numbers up opportunity, and try to take advantage of it.
Real quick, what is it that you can take away from seeing the varsity girls play, the varsity guys play, that you can implement with your team?
Watching these older kids play, my job at the level I'm at is just getting them ready to play at this level and taking some of the things that the coaches are working on and simplifying it to start the ground floor of what they're going to be learning as they get older.
Tell you, if you want to teach somebody how to play defense, have them watch Allie Hutchinson and Javier Patel Alegre. These two are everywhere.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. Weston Northrup's definitely commanding the central part of the field there as well, and Coach Sean Blanchett's got a nice advantage with having those guys that are playing defense right now. They've been playing together for a while.
Nice feed up the far sideline now. Lucas Height trying to track it down. This is what worked for the Govs early on in the first half. Trying to cross it, deflected away nicely by the Rough Riders and cleared out, but kept alive by the Govs. Taking it back to Petrella Alegre. I had to bring up Allie Hutchinson because of the performance we saw from Game 1. She was outstanding.
Absolutely, she did a great job. Her and a few of the girls on there. I think
you could go through the whole lineup of that girls team. They were outstanding today, getting their second win of the season.
I think the girls have definitely started something this season that's going to be fun to watch as the season goes on.
Boys Governor team here trying to do the same thing, get a game and a win they can build on as they continue on into this 2024 campaign. Rough Riders going to have the ball here. Midfield taken away beautifully here by the Govs. Coming now the other way, trying to find, big slide tackle. Surprised we didn't get a whistle. There was not much contact, if any, with the ball.
Yeah, that's, again, at the referee's discretion. He didn't, he's closer than us. He didn't feel there was anything there to call, so he didn't. But I would agree with you.
Much closer. That play happened on the far side of the field, and again, as we're staring into the sun, it's almost a treat trying to stare at somebody's jersey numbers.
Yeah, no, I would agree with you. From our vantage point here, I looked a little foulish, if that's a word, but
well, we just made it a word.
Yeah, there we go. We'll go with it.
I like it foulish.
I'll probably catch a little heat from that later on from a few people.
You leave the made-up words to me, Chris. Ball out of play. Leiferman going to get his hands on a new soccer ball. Going to lay this one down, survey the field. No rush here for the Govs. Pass it over to Weston Northrup, who guides it along to Javier Patel Alegre. Good pressure here from the Rough Riders. Trying to steal possessions here. Played beautifully up ahead to Caden Ahart as he pushes the envelope up the near side. Pulls up, trying to find a crosser. Plays it over for Alex Odakoven. Kept alive. Good footwork there by the defenders from Sioux Falls.
Yeah, and they called Alex offsides. And if you're watching on Go Govs Live, you're wondering why it was offsides. It's because Alex came from an offsides position back to get the ball. And whether you're doing that or you're offsides by running forward, they're the same thing. So that's hard for a lot of people to catch is why is it offsides when he gets the ball and he's onside? Well, it's where your starting point was.
Waiting patiently to boot this one away. Jonathan Gierark gets it across midfield, bouncing out of play. Waiting patiently to check in here for the Rough Riders, Anthony Valiente Barrios. Lifts off the gold sideline jersey, trots onto the field for his first action of today's match. We'll go get the hard-working Jensen Tesch. Jensen Tesch getting some applause as he exits the field. He's played great today as well. Barrios quickly put into action, going to throw this one in. Played along and now played through nicely here. Trying to clear it is Javier Portela Alegre. Gets back to it, clears it up the far sideline. Ethan Figurness in the area. Looks like Valiente Barrios will come down and throw it in. It's Figurness who tries to clear towards the center part of the field. Right up. Loose ball covered by Leiferman.
Yeah, that's where you want to slow it down, clear your box, get him back. There you go. That's so important as a keeper. Calm everything down, clear your box.
Iman was right there for the Rough Riders, unable to get that loose ball in the back of the net. Now coming back the other way by the Ducks. Defeated through, played nicely by Castillo Rodriguez, but still corralled by the Ducks. Now Jacoby LaRoche going to slow things down, turn around, play it to some guys further behind him, and reset this offensive look.
And that's a dangerous pass right there. That flat pass. We always talk about flat passes across the middle of the field. You want your pass to be an angle, 45-degree back, forward, doesn't matter.
Those types of passes, you're trying to be conservative, trying to be safe, and sometimes it can be hard and taking it away. KJ Hart's trying to cross it in front, and now Jacoby, wow, big one up into the air, and the deflection is in from Jacoby LaRoche.
And that right there was a wind-aided kick. I mean, Jacoby hit that half volley beautifully, perfect technique, deflection, and then you just saw that ball spinning and watching the wind just kind of mess with it as it was coming down.
If you're listening on River 92.7, it was just a straight-up boot from LaRoche that was deflected straight up into the air. And as you said, wind got behind it, and Justice Anderson could do nothing about it as it just went right over his head. Govs lead 4-0.
Yeah, I mean, unlucky for the keeper, very lucky for Jacoby LaRoche, but Jacoby struck that ball exactly right. Had great technique for it. Nice goal. I guarantee he'll be coming back to watch on video a few times.
And you know what? He caught us off guard. He even caught himself off guard. He gave us the Jordan shrug after that one. He couldn't believe it found the back of the net. Govs play on. Rough Riders playing rough and tough. Trying to keep this thing alive. Some contact there and a whistle involved in that. Covered. And he'll go out and chat with the referee. Trying to separate him. He's his teammate, but they'll play on. Some stuff happening on behind the play here. As Jacoby LaRoche tries to feed it forward, looking for Lucas Height. That one's going to be out of play.
I wonder how many of our younger audience is going to know what the Jordan shrug is.
I may have dated myself a little bit. You know, I almost dated myself even further when we were talking about tennis. I almost brought up the original video game Pong, but I wasn't even alive for Pong yet. I couldn't date myself that far. Chris got his hand raised. He could have played the ball.
Unfortunately, I had an Atari back then. I did it myself.
Loose ball in front of the Justice Anderson corrals it.
A lot of competition there to get clear in his box, which is exactly right, exactly what he should be doing. He's going to pick the ball here. Got to keep a low-driven ball with this wind.
Absolutely. This wind is no joke. It was affecting us on Friday. It's really getting to us now here.
Yeah, it seems to have gotten stronger as the evening has gone on here today. So it's definitely becoming more and more impactful for the play on the field here.
Max Schaefer checking into the game for the Rough Riders, checking out Brook Yimam. He was the one that had that opportunity down in front of the Govs net a few minutes ago. Justice Anderson still looking for a place to go with it. Gets it over to Castillo Enriquez, who now dangerously crosses it right back in front of the net. Alex Odakoven was smelling blood in the water there. This one taken away again, controlled by Caleb Morris now. Ball still down here in the offensive zone for the Govs. Trying to clear it up now. Rough Riders played nicely along the sideline. Trying to give the give and go.
Yeah, and the danger about playing out of the back like that, those when you play out of the back and you're playing those balls across the face of your goal, it invites pressure, and sometimes you can have an unfortunate goal because of lack of urgency, and it almost happened right there.
And give credit to Alex Odakoven, never taking a play off. Some contact here right in front of us between Max Schaefer and Caden Aharts. Schaefer going down hard, taking the contact for his team. And now we're going to get a stoppage of play. And head coach for the Rough Riders is going to be assessed a yellow card here.
Yeah, the referee warned him earlier. He'd had enough of the yelling. He had enough of the talking, and the coach earned himself a little something, and the frustration started to carry over onto his players, and that's what you don't want to see.
And Joseph Castillo Enriquez hit with a yellow card to the referee as well. So 2 yellow cards assessed here during the dead ball, checking in now. Or Castillo Enriquez, not sure what he said to the referee, enough to draw a yellow card.
Yep, and unfortunately, I've done it myself as a coach. You get frustrated, and it can happen with your players.
Big deep kick right in front of the Govs net, played away by Javier Portello Alegre. Now bringing it up the near side. Nice slide tackle, but going to be whistled for his Ryan Glover. I thought he got that one, but the referees think otherwise. Govs will play on quickly here. Weston Northrup booting it ahead, looking for Lucas Height. Lucas Height using his height to try and get an advantage here, and even more contact there far side, and we're going to get another stoppage and another card to be assessed to the Rough Riders. And this one going to be on Jonathan Gierak. Almost knowingly drew it. He was running towards the sideline right as the whistle was blown. Checking back into the game, Joseph Castillo Enriquez. Things getting a little chippy here, Chris.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I got to tell you, I think it starts with the coach. The coach is over here with his antics of yelling and stuff like that, and the players are starting to pick up on it. They're starting to get angry, and what's resulting is the frustrations carrying over into the form of yellow cards, and sooner or later, it's going to add up to a red card, and you're going to be down a man.
Lots of passion coming from the bench to our left. Congested bunch of players. Justice Anderson that one up cleanly off one bounce. Trots up, lets the jerseys clear, stares downfield.
And considering the wind right now, that was actually a pretty good kick to get it to midfield with that high of a ball. So
sure was.
Nice job by him.
Stephen Blanchette looks like he's going to be subbed for here by Hekmat Ghaznavi. Blanchette stretching out the left calf a little bit. Ball down, far corner. Played away and then cleared by Height. And it'll stay with the Rough Riders. Stephen Blanchette still working on that left calf, it seems.
Yeah, and I don't know how many minutes he played in the first half, but he's been working pretty good this second half. And if he played a lot in the first half and this, I'm sure he's probably starting to get a little bit tight right now.
Ball booted away by Joseph Castillo Enriquez. Carter Norton trying to corral it. Ibrahim Solo down there as well. Excuse me, that's Henry Suak down there for the Rough Riders. That ball cleared towards midfield and a roll out of bounds. Stay with the Rough Riders. Thrown into Suak, trying to get it down. Give themselves an opportunity in front of the net. Cut into this lead.
I'm sure right now with all the momentum that Sioux Falls had coming in this game after beating a tough Sioux Falls Jefferson, this is the frustration right now. That's part of it. Is they came in this game with high hopes right now, and unfortunately they're not living up to their hopes, and I'm sure that's frustrating for them. But you just got to keep playing soccer.
Portello Alegre kind of overran that one, but so did Carson Ballster. That one going to be taken away by Petrella Allegre now booted back towards the Govs goal. Sioux now punting it forward. Keeping it alive, working on Caden Morris. Staying on the sideline. And here comes the substitution. Znavi going to check in.
For Alex Odakoven.
And Alex Odakoven's going to check out rather than Blanchette. And that's why I'm right here and Coach Blanchette's over there.
Well, it could have been something at the last minute he changed, but Stephen continues on, and we have a new front runner for the Governors.
Absolutely. Govs continuing to push. Caden Ahart's now trying to find an outlet here. Pulls it back softly to Stephen Blanchette. Gets it over to Patel Allegre, who tries to feed one down to Ahart's in the near side corner. That one cleared out of bounds by Max Schaefer. Going to lead to a corner for the Govs, and checking in now for the Rough Riders. Jonathan, well, not yet. Not quite yet. Well, now they're going to say this is a goalie kick. I thought for sure that was going to lead to a Governor's corner.
Yeah, I think you and the entire bench over there for the Governors thought the exact same thing, and I couldn't see it, but yep, it seems everyone's a little bit surprised.
Jonathan Kierhag checking into the game. He'll be the one to take this free kick from the goalie box. About halfway through this second half, Govs lead 4-0. 20 minutes to play. Rough Riders trying to find some momentum here. Fighting an uphill battle as the Govs get possession back. Jacoby LaRoche trying to feed Caden Ahart's on the near side. Caden taking it across the line. Down in front of the goal. That one played out of bounds. To another goalie kick.
Yeah, Caden thought he'd done enough to earn a corner kick out of that by the deflections, but referee saw it a little differently, and Max put it back out of here.
Ball played towards midfield, picked off by Javier Patel Allegre. He's bumped off, continues with it to the near side corner. That one's going to roll out of bounds and going to stay with the Govs. Right to the stomach there of Caden Ahart's. He's still down. Oh, now a ball kicked at Caden Ahart's, and that might draw another card here. That was Ethan Fingernis. He got kicking the ball in the direction of Caden Ahart's, who's down on the ground, still working on that injury. And now the card on its way over to check the star. Yeah, a lot of contact. We saw that was right in front of us.
Yeah, it was. He got a dead leg from it. Yellow card for him striking the ball, and while Caden down, he kicked the ball and just hit him with it. It's just, unsporting behavior.
Frustration boiling over here for the Rough Riders. Big shot from way deep and just over the crossbar. What a dart from Stephen Blanchette from about 45 yards out. Almost darted it perfectly.
Yeah, he had a little bend on me, trying to dip it down and just a little bit off. But why not test the keeper? So far, just from what I've seen, he's been floated twice now. So if I'm Stephen Blanchette, I'm trying to do the same thing.
Fagerness back into the game for the Rough Riders. Ball bounces directly over top of his head. Cleared ahead by Patel Allegre, looking for Lucas Height. Height using his speed again. More contact between he and Anthony Valiente Barrios. Ball out of bounds. Carter Norton now going to throw this one in. Jacoby LaRoche playing it back. Plays it across for Javier Patel Allegre, who now swings it forward. Owen Savage, and now a nice line tackle there from the Rough Riders, picked off cleanly by Jonathan Gierak. And now taken back away from Savage. Excuse me.
Owen's definitely out there battling.
Absolutely.
Fresh legs coming in and getting the best of his minutes that he's getting right now.
Fresh legs make a huge difference here. This one played forward. Patel Allegre chasing it. And Ian Glover there as well. Not going to go out of bounds. Fight for the ball. Glover throwing. Patel Allegre off of it. Going to play it forward now. Trying to find a clearing. Carson Balster now with it. Near side in Inside the goalie box, shot high, cross, and just sneak out of bounds. And adjacent to the crossbar, right over the head of Leiferman.
Yeah, it's just the wrong technique right there. I understand what he's trying to do, but that angle there, he needed to cut it back towards the 6, the top of the 6-yard box, and then try a shot versus where he was at with the right-footed shot. But good attempt regardless. Dangerous play for the Rough Riders.
Ball played in, bounced high off the head again for Carter Norton. Sent forward with a knee from Weston Northrup. Ball being fought for by Lucas Height, now pushed off the ball by Edwin Pacheco Landaverde.
Yeah, those of us who watch you coach out there in the younger world, we call that the power knee.
The power knee, I like that. This one played, bounced right into the hands of Justice Anderson out at the edge of that restricted area. Rough Riders coach wants them to push, needs them to push if they want any chance of getting back in this game. Going to have to piece together 4 goals somehow in the last final 15 minutes of this one.
Yeah, in order to do it, they're going to have to push some numbers forward. Like he's calling for them to get forward. They got so many numbers back right now.
Lucas Height crosses it near side and just over the head of Owen Sivich. He went all the way up the ladder to get it, couldn't bring it down. Caleb Morris now with it, keeping it inside. Crossed in the middle, nobody there to receive it. Tried to clear out, but saved by Stephen Blanchette. Now crossed for Carter Norton, far side. That one going to be deflected wide. And Carter Norton will jog over and throw this one in. More pressure from the Govs.
Now the Govs are comfortable getting it out wide, bring it back in. They've had several dangerous opportunities in the second half.
Absolutely. We'll let up for this Govs team, playing with a little chip on their shoulder after that loss on Friday. Game that they very easily could have won. I know Coach Blanchette will admit to that. This one going to be played back to Leiferman. Leiferman plays it calmly forward, finding Blanchette. Blanchette holding it. A chase for the ball out of bounds. Carter Norton will have it for the Govs. He'll throw it in. Substitutions coming. Caden Ahard's coming back into the game. Ibrahim Solo checking in for Carson Balster. Coming out, the hard-working Lucas Height.
Yeah, Lucas has had a good half. He's put in a lot of miles up and down that line over there, and 25 minutes of hard work out here on this field will definitely take a toll on you.
And you know, if Lucas Height doesn't end up on the stat sheet like Caden Ahart's will and like Alex Odakoven will, he certainly deserves to be there. He has been as big of a part in this 4-0 lead right now for the Govs as anybody else on this field. This ball played forward by Weston Northrup, trying to find Sivich down the near sideline. Sivich controls it, plays it towards the middle. Fight for the ball, a lot of contact between Sivich and Iraq. Rough Riders will claim this one. Under 15 minutes to play.
Yeah, Owen's just giving the effort that he can out there, and it's an effort for him. It wasn't anything malicious, just working hard and got a little bit too aggressive.
Rough Riders now with a little bit of momentum, but played forward to Leiferman. He's going to come out, field that one cleanly. They had numbers, but didn't seem like they wanted to set anything up there, Chris.
No, they're dumping everything forward and trying hoping their number 10 or their number 21 can get on the end of a ball that's through our back line, and so far it hasn't worked, but they keep trying.
And now with a 4-0 lead, 13 minutes to play. If you're Coach Blanchette, what's your mindset here? I know we talked about being aggressive. He did that to start the second half. Now with this one seemingly in the grips, what does he have to do to close this one out?
Well, I guess it depends on what he's going for. I mean, he might just keep everyone in and say, you know what, we want to finish this out and have a good, solid win, a feel-good win, especially since they have the next 10 days off.
Javier Patel Alegre with a dart off the right foot, but saved by Justice Anderson. A low percentage shot, but he thought he'd take a crack at it anyway. Delivered a nice bid, but a nice save by Anderson between the pipes.
Absolutely. And to finish that off, Sean's obviously thinking a solid win, 10 days off. Let's go into these 10 days with something to build on and feel good.
Bounced back and forth here at midfield. Played through. Nice move there by Ian Glover to free this one up, and now some numbers coming the other way for the Rough Riders, and Leiferman comes out, puts himself in harm's way to corral that ball and eliminate any opportunity. That's putting your body on the line there, Chris.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what he needs to do. Come out, defender's playing facing his own goal, which you never want to have your defender doing, especially when you got a attacker on your back. So if your defender's fixing your goal, come out, clean it up, save your defender the struggle, and clear your box, and let's go on a counterattack.
Carson Balster checking into the game for Carson Daniels. Both Carsons, they spell their names differently. Carson Balster spells his with a K, K-A-R-S-E-N. Number 19, Carson Daniels spells it how you would imagine it, C-A-R-S-E-N. Thrown in, headed out by Northrop. Controlled by the Govs and cleared out. Ghaznavi now 2-on-1, trying to free himself, unable to do so.
Nice switch of fields there for Jacoby LaRoche, trying to get it over wide to Owen Sivich.
Rough Riders now, as Chris so poignantly observed, got him out of position and trying to get themselves back in position, and as we talked about, just dumping it in. Leiferman just had to stand there and wait for it to get to him. Probably the easiest save he'll make all day.
Those are the kind of saves as a coach you love watching your keeper make as well.
Carter Norton pushing up the far sideline, trying to cut through defenders. That one's going to roll out of bounds far side and going to stay with the Govs as it was deflected. (4-0) Govs lead, 10 minutes to play here in the second half. The girls team won game 1 2-1. Govs trying to make it a sweep here of the Sioux Falls Roosevelt Rough Riders. Corner sent in. Crossed, headed out. Here come the Rough Riders back the other way. Ian Glover leading the charge. Tries to feed it ahead. Might be offsides. Ibrahim Solo, the intended recipient of that pass. Fighting for it is Javier Pertel Alegre. And what do you know? He steals another one away. Working hard for it. Ian Glover getting it back. Taking it down into this near side corner. Going to stay with the Rough Riders as it was deflected out of play. Whistles coming. Substitutions ensuing. Elijah Hand checking into the game for the first time for the Govs. And some fresh legs. Ball is in for the Rough Riders. Crossed right into the middle. That one will bounce harmlessly behind the net. Leiferman gladly watches that one go wide.
Yep, that's just one of those things. Okay, let it go out. If you take 30 seconds off the clock here.
Fix your socks, adjust the shorts, point a couple different directions, all the good time-wasting skills that a goaltender must possess. Swung away by the Govs now, lightly pushing it ahead, trying to feed it into a tight window for Caleb Morris. Caleb Morris now picking it away with some speed, followed by Ibrahim Solo, plays it ahead. He's got Elijah Hand who wants to get his first crack at the ball. Goes out of bounds. Elijah Hand going to track it down. He's going to be able to throw it in.
Elijah's been a kid that last couple of years has really worked hard to get minutes on the field. Worked himself through JV, became a better soccer player, and it's good to see him getting some varsity minutes this year.
Owen coming for the Rough Riders. Trying to find Ibrahim Solo. footwork here from the Govs defensively. Caleb Morris able to pry that one away. Ball right now in the middle of the box, taken away by Jacoby LaRoche, fed back into the middle of the field. Trying to find Hand. Hand gets it, right through the legs, but into the waiting arms of Justice Anderson.
Nice little turn there. Something you wouldn't expect. A shot between the legs, and sometimes that can be a nightmare for a keeper.
Good for Elijah Hand for getting himself a shot on goal. Govs with it, played down into the deep end by Caleb Morris. Controlling it, far side corner. Going to be deflected out. Going to end up as a corner. Arguing his case is Anthony Valiente Barrios. A lot of talk with the referees today.
Yeah, something I tell my players.
As the corner comes in here and headed out of the direction of the net.
Something I always tell my players. I can count on one hand over 25 years of coaching the amount of times a referee has changed his calls when you argue with them. And I don't need all my fingers.
Very rare that happens.
Extremely.
But that's part of the game. Got to plead your case. May affect a later call in the game. You never know.
And to some that's their argument. I know I'm not going to change this call, but maybe I'll change it down the road. And it kind of depends on the referee of whether or not that actually works.
Nice play by Caden Aharts to keep this one down in the offensive zone for the Govs, but now taken away, being pushed up the far side by the Rough Riders. Trying to play it ahead to Henry Sua. That one just got him a little bit turned around. The pass came from Joseph Castillo Enriquez. Ball thrown in by Carter Norton. All the Govs want to do now is just spend this last 5 minutes with the ball out of their own net. Trying to preserve this shutout here would be the first of the season for the Govs, something they can hang their hat on moving forward this season.
First for the Governors team and first for Jacob Leiferman as a varsity keeper, so a couple of firsts, which would be nice for both.
And what does that mean to a goalkeeper to have a shutout in a game like this?
Getting a clean sheet. I know when I played, I can tell you I loved seeing clean sheets, but it's rarely because only the keeper. It's because your defense in front of you and the other 10 guys in front of you.
Hard contact on the far side between Ghaznavi and another Sioux Falls Rough Rider, Edwin Pacheco Landaverde. And now another yellow card is being assessed. This one going to be against the Rough Riders yet again. Pacheco Landaverde. And now he'll have to be checked out. Joseph Castillo Enriquez is going to come in for him.
They're starting to pile up.
They sure are.
With only 4 minutes left, if I'm to get them off the field so they don't get a red card and have to miss the next game.
And this is not to be nasty. It seems like almost more players in the starting lineup for the Rough Riders have cards than do not, Chris.
Yeah, they're mounting up, and as a coach, you gotta start kind of think about the next game, and you want all 11 of your starters playing. So you gotta kind of take a serious look at that,
especially in a game seemingly out of reach at this point, as the Govs hold a 4-0 lead with only 4 minutes to play. Uses long legs to get this one, and he does. Trying to run across the end line and out of bounds.
Yeah, we thought he had the corner kick, but it's a no kick, so now just got to win it back and get out there.
And now we've talked about Coach Blanchette and what he's going to tell his team. What are the Rough Rider coach? What are they going to tell their team after this game goes final? It's been a chippy game, a couple yellow cards, including one to the coaching staff here. What do you tell your team? You just tell them, hey, let's forget about this one. Let's move on. It's in every game.
Yeah, if I'm the coach right now after this game, I'm really looking to say they're not going to listen. They're checked out right now. This is the time where, as a coach, you got to understand, less said the better. Wait till they're in a better mindset, and then we'll go back and discuss the game. But right now, let's just get on the bus. Let's go eat something and have a nice day.
Ethan Fagan is trying to give himself a look here. Crossed by Weston Northrup way up into the air and cleared out of danger's way. Also want to mention that Cooper Hilmer checked into the game during that last break. Seeing his first action of today's game, and I believe of the season thus far. He and Elijah Hanworth getting some of their first actions of the 2024 campaign.
As happy as I am to see Elijah get out there and earn some varsity minutes, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm equally as happy, if not a little bit happier, to see Cooper get this opportunity. Great kid, and the kid who has stuck with it from 5 years old till now.
And, we talked about it, possibly seeing some new faces here late in the second half. That's exactly what Coach Blanchett is trying to do, get some of his guys some playing time, some experience. There's nothing you can get like live reps that will help you as a player. Slow to get up right in front of us, Jonathan Girak. He's up and hobbling around. Hope he's all right. Got a smile on his face. He's fought a hard game. Now another substitution coming in for the game for the Govs. Mr. Everett Norton checking in.
Another player we get in their first minutes, Everett Norton. There's a lot of kids on his group, on his varsity team, and playing together for a long time, and they're getting their first varsity minutes, which is really awesome to see for all of them.
And it's fun to see their faces too. You can tell that they are just taking this experience in stride of getting some playing time in their first varsity game. Smiles all along the Pierre Govs bench as we are under a minute to play here. The Govs lead 4-0, trying to preserve the shutout. Leiferman played an outstanding game, but the defense doing a great job not sending too many looks his way. Ball loose out in front of the box. Trying to be cleared here by Morris. Morris gets to it. Going to play it up to Petrella Legre. Legre in no hurry. Tiptoeing along the sideline. Tried to make a nice move. To stay with the Govs. Jacoby LaRoche being battled for here at midfield. Stephen Blanchett winning the battle. Crossing it over into the middle, trying to find Caden Ahart's far side. He's going to track this one down. You would think we might see him go into the corner, but it's Caden Ahart. He wants a chance at the goal.
Yeah, Caden's wants a shot.
Seconds ticking down here in the second half. Whistle blown, player down for the Rough Riders. Hate to see an injury this late in the match. His teammates calling for some medical assistance. He's at an angle. We can't tell the jersey number. He is up and hobbling around. He tried to get to the sideline, unable to do so. I believe that's Anthony Valiente Barrios. He's got the will of a warrior, trying to get off the field under his own power right now. Now his head coach going to jog over and check on his player to make sure he's okay. Clock stopped late here, only a few seconds to play in this one. So while they tend to their down teammate, we look ahead at the post-game show. We're going to try to talk to head coach Sean Blanchett, figure out who our Cowboy Country Stores player of the game will be. I've got a good inclination of who might end up with the Cowboy Country Stores t-shirt today. Many willing players and many deserving players.
Kind of like the girls' game.
Impossible to choose.
Well, a team effort. A lot of guys out there contributing and contributing to help the team win, and this has truly been a team win.
Might have to go up to Chris's shirt shop and get a big enough t-shirt made for the whole Govs team to fit into all is one. Great day for Pierre Governors soccer today. The girls won early 2-1 in a great match that came down to the wire. And the boys team has dominated the entirety of this match from start to finish. Final seconds ticking down. Carter Norton going to throw this one in to Jacoby LaRoche. Roche turns, soft pass. Nice feed, dangerous pass across. Javier Pertel Alegre going to bring this one across midfield. Pierre running, tries to feed it along to Lucas Height. Height down near side corner, going to let that one roll out of play. Both benches looking like they're ready to wrap up here. Height throws this one in right in front. Cleared out nicely by the Rough Riders. Bouncing back and forth. Got to tip your cap to the Rough Riders. They've never quit in this game. Played hard the entire way.
Yeah, and you know what? That's a testament to their coach. Their coach has said, no matter score, we're going to continue to fight, and they have, and that's a sign of kids have bought into what the coach is talking about, and is giving everything they got.
Both teams trying to stay healthy here towards the end. Physicality has dwindled off just a bit. Incredibly physical game. Numerous yellow cards pulled here today, including one on the Rough Riders coaching staff. Not exactly what they had in mind for today's match, I'm sure. And looks like we might be getting another substitution. It's Connor Wendell-Schaefer going to be checking into this game. Waiting patiently. Ball cleared out by the Rough Riders, down, carrying nearly the length of the field. Weston Northrup battling over far sideline for the ball. Going to stay with the Rough Riders. Potentially their last opportunity to score in this one. Thrown in, played by Ian Glover, but cleared out by the Govs defense momentarily. Now taken away by Lucas Height. Lucas Height tries to give himself a feed, and now he's got himself one-on-one. If he can just continue to advance it, a beautiful slide tackle there from Edwin Pacheco Landaverde to clear out a certain goal-scoring opportunity for Lucas Height.
Yeah, that was a tackle he had to get right, or it was a red card, and he got it exactly right. So you take your hat off to him. Great job.
Going to stop it. We'll check out of this game, and another new face checking in. Connor Wendell-Schaefer, number 47, comes in for the Govs.
Good to see some of these players get there. Some most of the minutes.
Absolutely. It's always great when you know you're going to have to march the uniform no matter what.
Yeah, it's good to get a little grass stain on it if you can.
Absolutely. Even if you're not in the play, go dive around somewhere. All up. Dirty that beautiful Pierre Gov uniform. All being corralled and contained by the Govs. Morton far side corner battling. Play out of it softly. And that will do it. The Govs preserve the shutout. They win Game 2 of the doubleheader 4-0, making it a sweep of the Sioux Falls Roosevelt Rough Riders. We've got a fully packed post-game show coming for you live. We'll be right back after this short break. We'll talk to head coach Sean Blanchette. We'll break down both games. You're listening to Pierre Governors Soccer on River 92.7. doubleheader 4-0 and an outstanding performance from the boys team. We're here with head coach Sean Blanchett. First off, coach, congratulations on an outstanding win. You said you got one or two guys to play aggressive. I think that's about as aggressive as you can play. Outstanding performance. What'd you see from your guys?
Well, we had a game plan coming into Roosevelt. We watched some film and we felt like we could exploit them on the wide channels, and very early on we did that. We got a really great goal to start us off, and I felt like that first half, especially the momentum, just kept moving. We were in their lives the whole time. I don't even know how many entries we had into that final 30 minutes. We were up there a lot, and I think the game plan we came up with very well. The kids executed it. We're away from it every now and then, but I think they were just up some close and certainly take some risks outside of that. So, but the momentum, the energy, the effort never changed. We stayed it all the way through all 80 minutes.
And it seemed like every time Lucas Height was taking the ball down the far side, one of your guys, Caden Ahart or Alex Odakoven, was coming up the backside. Coach, it seemed like there was opportunities all day. How did you feel about your offense's production?
I felt like more often than not we were doing exactly what we wanted to do. Getting those guys up in the wide channel, having to take that angle in, and then just slotting the ball back across the face of the goal. And quite frankly, I felt like we left a few on the table. I felt like we could have been even wider margin, but we got the runs that we got, and we just held them off. And it was a good effort. After the first game, we let a couple goals in with some defensive mistakes, but today they were just solid all game. I can't say enough about my back line either. Getting a clean sheet with constant press up the middle, and they were sending the long ball, but we just absorbed it. They got a couple opportunities, but none of them solid opportunities.
I got to think, Coach, that leading into this 10 days off, what you saw with Aberdeen, you had a quick turnaround. You got this. You got a lot of good things to build upon to get ready for your next run of games, because after this 10-day break, they're going to come fast and furious. So this is going to be, I think, probably the best opportunity to really build on things. Would you agree?
It is. When you get into that game schedule, we've got 1 day break, 2 days break. I mean, you also have to factor in the recovery time. So tomorrow will probably be some recovery, and then we're going to just get right back to training. And I think we've got some things that we can improve upon. It went well today, but I still see some things that I feel like quicker, a little small, pushing the issue perhaps there. We're going to work on tempo. That's one of the things we're going to work on. But it's just I feel like we had it at Aberdeen, and today we just had the solid defense.
Coach, I know I only told you 3 questions, but real quick, we got to see Connor Wendell Schaefer, Cooper Hilmer, and Elijah Hand get into the game. What does it mean to you to get those guys in late and get them some playing time? And Everett Norton.
Absolutely. When we have opportunities to cycle those guys on, we're gonna get it. I think it's I think the best part about that is when they do go on, you can hear the energy from the bench. Just excited for them in time. We've got 3 seniors that have time, and those opportunities are going to come. But that's really for our starters and our first guys off the benches. Sometimes that's a challenge to them. Is let's stretch this game out so we can get guys off the bench and get them onto the field. So I just love it when control like that.
Great team win, Coach. That was head coach Sean Blanchett joining us after their big 4-0 victory. We'll be right back after this with more from our post-game show. As always, our post-game show is presented by Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg. And as always, folks, our big play of the game, which we'll bring to you right after this short word from our great friends at Hermanson Endodontics. And our big play of the game had to come from Caden Ahart's facilitating Alex Odakoven with not only one but 2 goals today. That is our big play of the game presented by Hermanson Endodontics. And that segues us perfectly into our player of the game, which is always proudly presented by Cowboy Country Stores. Our Cowboy Country Stores player of the game goes to Alex Odakoven. It could have gone, as we said, Chris, to multiple different players, but Alex Odakoven with 2 goals on the day today. As we take a quick look at our Gales Gas Service scoreboard, and it reads 4-0. The Govs win Game 2 of their 2024 campaign. As we quickly get ready to sign off, Chris, is there anything you'd like to say to the folks about what we saw today? 2 big wins from the Govs.
Great wins for both teams and great momentum builders going into a 10-day break. So I think both coaches are going to be happy. I think both coaches have a lot to build upon and get ready for their next round of games.
As always, folks, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety wants to remind you on your way home from the game, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds you buckling up is the best way to save your life in a crash. You've got someplace to be. Wrapping up, the Govs boys team wins 4-0 in Game 2 of the doubleheader. The girls Govs team wins 2-1 over Sioux Falls Roosevelt, the Rough Riders. It was a great game for both teams. Great game for both doubleheader games. And as always, signing off here from the BILC Soccer Complex for Chris Derry, I'm Justin Coward for William Wilson back in the booth. We thank you for listening, and we can't wait to be with you on our next broadcast of Pierre Governors Soccer on River 92.7.